So he's trying to pray away the gay, kind of.
Yeah, and I've tried that.
I think he's going to be a foot tapper in the bathroom. I'm straight. Tap, tap, tap. No, I can't do anal. I can't do anal, but I can do everything.
I can't
but
do
that.
sodomy. No sodomy for me, please.
And he's
but let me give a blowjob.
And I feel bad for his husband. His husband's probably like, "Who did I marry?"
Yeah. His husband's got to have a hurting heart
But
right now.
maybe his
think.
husband's happy to have the Porsche. He's like, I don't care as long as
Maybe
you're my
that's all
sugar
his
daddy.
husband really wanted
It's
was
just
the
the
Porsche
Porsche.
every year. I mean, a new Porsche every year, not a bad deal.
Howdy. Well, Russ here.
And Chris here.
What are we doing today?
We are just going to discuss Milo Yiannopoulos saying that he is ex-gay and wants to rehabilitate and start a conversion therapy center in Florida.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack. First off, I respect his right to do whatever he wants to do. I do believe in freedom of speech. Now, the conversion therapy thing, that's a different thing. That's like maybe forcing ideas upon someone, but we should get into it
We should.
later.
Yeah.
So essentially, he's a very religious person.
Well, I don't know. I don't know him that well.
I'm pretty
How
sure
religious
we don't know him
he
personally
is.
at all.
I don't have a clue.
He's religious. He's on the right. He's been canceled from like most social media platforms like Twitter and whatnot, and he said some weird controversial stuff, like almost more like pedo-y-ish stuff. I don't even really want to get into it. It was about like a 13-year-old and a man, but it was in his past, and I don't know what he was meaning by that. I haven't really looked into it, but it was kind of cringy.
He was saying it was a great thing and like it could be a good experience or something like that.
Do you really like believe this guy? He's so trolly. Is he just carrying on? I mean, there's probably an aspect of him like just carrying on for attention because he's been like censored from everything.
There's a good chance.
Do you?
I don't know him personally.
But that being said, do I think people choose to not perform gay acts and decide to like act straight even though they have the thoughts?
Well, what you answered, yes, that you can do that. You can choose not to have sexual activity of any kind if you're strong enough and make that decision. Can you choose not to truly be gay if you were born gay, or not to be trans if you were born trans? I don't necessarily buy that you can choose to be something that you're not. I believe that you can choose to not act upon your desires.
So he's trying to pray away the gay, kind of.
Yeah, and I've tried that. Been
It
there,
doesn't
done
work.
that.
It does not work.
No.
Now, he says he doesn't like the gay lifestyle, and I guess I agree with that to a point, but you got to hear me out. I don't agree with people saying there's one gay lifestyle.
What is a gay lifestyle? What is that?
I think you can think differently and be gay, and I think that's what's very important. And I consider myself gay bi-ish, but I think that there's a lot of ways to live as a gay or bi person, and you could be a good person or a bad person. Just being gay doesn't make you a good person or a bad person.
No.
So the gay lifestyle, what does that mean? Is that like gay prides, gay bars? Yeah.
Okay. My guess as to what people are usually speaking about when they speak about gay lifestyle is the cliche gay back in, say, the 60s, 70s, where people are living very, what is that word? I can't even pull it up. Just being very loose. Loose with their sexuality, as in, they were going out and having sex, multiple partners, maybe even every night, living at the bars, drinking at the bars, smoking at the bar, just living it up, burning candles at both ends. That's what I think people are referring to.
But straight people do the same thing.
Exactly. They did the same thing.
Just have different partners to go home to after
they
a
went
long
to
bar
different
night.
bars. Yes.
Different bars. Yeah, that's it. Just different bars
Yeah.
and different houses with different partners.
And
But
then
still,
there were other people that just like lived as a couple and had
Like
sex
us.
with their partner like we do. And it's not so much like some sort of special lifestyle. We kind of live like a heterosexual couple would live. We are here. We have our child, our little puppy. We interact with our families and our friends. And most of our friends aren't gay. Most of our friends are straight.
So I have some questions though about the conversion therapy camps. Is he going to be doing is he going to be making these camps for kids?
I don't
people
know
under 18?
anything about other than he is looking at having a conversion therapy center or something.
Now, I do have an issue if he starts sending people under 18 to these camps because they're banned in 20 states and they can be abusive. They have been, not all of them. I can't speak for all of them, but they've used like electric shock therapy, and they've used like even like punishments, like maybe beating and stuff. I mean, they're emotionally abusive,
And they get abused physically and sexually at these camps.
And do
these
you
camps,
think they work? They don't work.
I don't think
Let's
they
be
work.
Real.
No.
There's probably some exception out there of a guy that is truly straight that experiments and maybe thinks he's gay, and then is like, you know what, that wasn't for me. But I don't think Milo is like that. I think he's gay, and he has a partner, well, actually a husband, that he's no longer going to refer to him as a husband. It's now his housemate. Mm-hmm. But he's going to buy him a Porsche every year. Is that right?
That's what I said.
What the frick?
He can keep him, in his current lifestyle. So, I mean, just off the bat, I think Milo probably is trolling. And
This
that
is a
he's
big red flag. But
he's
finish.
just reacting to different things. I mean, I can understand him going through a season in his life. He's going to question things. But yes, the statement there that he says, where's the thing about being like an alcoholic?
Let me pull this up for everybody to see. Yeah, this statement right here kind of says a lot.
Ask whether he could add his picture to theirs. These people that are ex-gay, I think. No, and I don't suppose I'll ever be brave enough to declare it a thing of the past. I treat it like an addiction. You never stop being an alcoholic.
Which is kind of crazy to say. Anyways, you shouldn't compare being an alcoholic to being gay. I'm just saying they're very different. Maybe you could compare like a sex addict that is also gay or straight. It could happen. But,
Yeah.
Maybe you could compare like a sex addict to alcohol, or being an
Maybe, yeah,
alcoholic.
yeah.
But the fact of being gay, there's not one way to be gay. You could be gay in a sexless relationship. Technically, you could be.
You could be.
The thing is,
Wouldn't be
kinda
so much fun.
The other thing that I'm going to unpack is it kind of sounds like he still is having thoughts. Like he's always going to have gay thoughts. He's just going to do the training and suppress them and not act that way, not act them out.
Yeah, and that's just like what people had to do with their lives for hundreds of years. It's like you're still going to be who you are inside. Whether you choose to act on it is one thing. And then the big thing is whether you're actually happy choosing not to act on it.
But
that's
the thing
the
is,
biggest thing.
you gotta
being true to yourself.
Admit there's a lot of religious people that are not pro-gay. It's changing. My mom goes to a church that is now, well, she doesn't go to a church. She actually had to leave the church because they were not pro-gay. Exactly. He's got a lot of pressure. He's a religious person. He's Christian. So since he is religious, I'm sure there's added pressures. We've been there.
Yes.
But I was 5, and I'm glad I didn't have to go to a conversion therapy camp because it would have screwed me up. I don't believe in like making someone change. That's where I have an issue. He should have the right
to make someone change.
But
you
yeah,
cannot make someone change.
I get, but if you're going to try to make them change, that's just as fucked up. Even if you can't truly make them change, if you're sending someone to gay conversion therapy, you're essentially trying to make them change, and you can't change being gay. You could pray it away; it ain't gonna work unless you already have something deep in you that is bi or straight. I don't see you changing being gay. And he also said he's gonna live his life sodomy free. So maybe he's allowed to do oral. He just can't do anal.
Maybe that's what Maybe that's the hidden
thing
right
trolling
there. Yeah, I don't know.
It does mention some article. What was it? Not an article, but it mentions a group. Oh, Changed Movement.
Yeah.
I've looked that up before.
I've not.
It's a religious thing, though.
And that's where they were asking whether he would add his name to that list of you're really being changed. I mean, how many times have we seen people in these the leaders of conversion therapy groups, especially religious related, that, they end up like they getting caught with literally their pants down with someone else of the same sex in bars, they're out doing all sorts of things because they are who they are. And they should just, in my opinion, learn to accept who they are.
Look at this. Changed is possible. Change is a community of friends who once identified as LGBTQ+. That is too long, by the way. Today, we celebrate the love of Jesus and his freedom in our lives. So he's definitely along the Jesus person, but he says that he's not going to say he's actually changed because he's still going to have those tendencies. He's like an alcoholic. That's his words, not mine.
I know. I know.
Which it's just screwed up altogether.
So this is the first I've known of this particular group called Changed. If they get there and they're happy and they're being true to themselves, more power to them. Just for themselves. I don't know anything about them, so I can't really talk about this group. For me, it wouldn't have worked for me. I tried it. There was no praying the gay away for me. Well, I lied to myself and tried to lie to myself and really struggled and was unhappy. Now I'm happily married, and tomorrow
is our anniversary for 1 year.
March the 20th, we will have been married 1 year, and
we don't believe being gay is wrong to begin with.
No.
So that's the first thing.
I threw that out.
But we have to sympathize because we've been there.
Yeah.
We've been in religion
I've cried.
Before.
How many times, how many nights did I cry on my knees?
I mean, I actually kind of understand his point of view if he chooses to be religious, the pressures you have from a lot of churches. Not every church, but a lot of churches do try to pressure you into being straight or maybe even going to gay conversion therapy, whether or not you believe it or not. I do believe that churches do that a lot.
And so, we both grew up in religious backgrounds. I still consider myself spiritual.
Yeah, same here.
I don't consider myself religious. I consider myself spiritual.
Which means we don't know all the answers. We don't know what's out there.
I just realized the other day, it's like, coming up on 1 year of marriage, my prayers were answered. Now you can say what you want as to were your prayers answered, but the prayers I prayed were answered and I didn't realize it because I used to pray as a kid, even 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You just go on through my teen years. Okay, God, if being gay is really bad, then make me not gay. If it's not, if all these people are mistaken and, the way they interpret the Bible is mistaken and it's okay to be gay, then I'm okay to try to deal with this because I really want to marry a guy. It's I like guys. I don't like girls. That's just the way I am. I didn't choose this. I didn't wake up one morning. So if it's okay for me to be gay, okay, I'm okay to deal with it. But if it's not, then change me. And guess what? Even though I tried to force the change, it didn't work. And I ended up getting my prayer answered. I'm married to a man now. So yeah, I guess my prayers were answered. God heard me.
I did the same thing. I never heard God back, but
all for prayers being answered. Well, we didn't hear back in a voice, but we heard back with a marriage license.
Yeah.
Just for me, 50 years later.
Once again, I think he has the right to identify as whatever he wants. Whether or not I believe he's truly changed, I don't, because of this statement right here, like we've already talked about. That statement kind of makes me think, oh, so he just is suppressing it. That's the reality. But he also just is not okay with the gay lifestyle, but he thinks there's only one gay lifestyle, but he still has the right to identify as whatever he wants to. It doesn't affect me until he starts talking about the gay conversion therapy camp. And if he starts having younger people go to these camps, then I understand that he's actually starting to make people change. Or
no, try to wreck someone's life.
Well, if he might believe it though.
He might believe it, but
it just
no.
doesn't actually work that way.
I don't believe that all of that does anything. And I'm sorry, if you are religious enough and spiritual enough to believe then that and go by those teachings that it's wrong, then you should also be able to trust that all you got to do is pray and God washes it away.
There was a piece of him that just seems so freaking conceited.
Oh yeah, that line was
here.
Really.
there was this conceited line. I was like, man, he's just cringy.
Where is that line?
Go ahead and read it.
Of course, I was never wholly at home in the gay lifestyle. Who is? Who could be? And who only leaned heavily into it in public because it drove liberals crazy to see a handsome, charismatic, intelligent gay man riotously celebrating conservative principles, Yiannopoulos continued.
Man, he likes labels, dude.
Yeah, he does.
He says handsome, charismatic, intelligent, gay. You shouldn't call yourself smart or charismatic. That's for other people to call you that. Don't call yourself that.
It seems like he may be
narcissistic,
exposing himself as a severe narcissist.
Which everyone that knows him kind of knows it already. He's a trolling kind of guy. I'm not saying he's dumb. He's actually a very smart guy. I just don't know if he's a good guy. He seems like a person that I do not want to be friends with.
He seems like he needs a lot of attention.
Attention and maybe dealing with some crazy stuff. Like maybe he's dealing with some stuff because he's
But we
obviously
all deal with
religious.
stuff.
Yeah, I get it.
We all deal with stuff.
I get it. I just think he's lying to himself.
I wish him the best, but I fear that he is in a state of denial and lying to himself. And so many of us have been there. It's not a place you want to rest.
No.
Because you don't rest there.
Closing thought, Chris. Anything you can say from this bull crap?
I don't have to deal with Milo day to day right now, at least. I wish him the best in what he wants in his life, and I hope he finds satisfaction in wherever he gets and how he gets there.
I
just don't hurt anybody else in the process.
Ditto. I believe everything you said, but I want to say a joke real quick. I think he's going to be a foot tapper in the bathroom. I'm straight. Tap, tap, tap. No, I can't do anal. I can't do anal, but I can do everything.
I can't
but
do
that.
sodomy. No sodomy for me, please.
And he's
but let me give a blowjob.
And I feel bad for his husband. His husband's probably like, "Who did I marry?"
Yeah. His husband's got to have a hurting heart
But
right now.
maybe his husband's happy to have the Porsche. He's like, I don't care as long as
Maybe
you're my
that's all
sugar
his
daddy.
husband really wanted
It's
was
just
the
the
Porsche
Porsche.
every year. I mean, a new Porsche every year, not a bad deal if you like cars.
He actually is not that bad looking.
No, he's not bad looking.
But I've heard him talk. Can we just hear him talk for a second and I edit it in there?
If you find us...
He sounds, every time I've heard of him talk, he sounds super gay. I know there's not like a gay voice, but his voice sounds gay.
He's a stereotypical gay voice. Is that what you're saying?
This is him on Bill Maher. And first, let's look at his body language. He's kind of gay. He's got like all these bracelets. I would just take him as a gay person, and there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. Just listen to his voice.
Milo Yiannopoulos. Milo. Hi. How you doing? How are you? Nice to meet you. Yes. Happy to have you here. You're very controversial.
I don't know why.
Well, we're gonna.
I don't know why I'm lovely.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll find that out. I'm gonna start with an open mind because honestly,
I don't know why. I'm lovely. Which, maybe he's just a little too British.
Yeah, there can be some crossover European gay. I mean, people, there's a whole
They're
thing
more
of like,
comfortable with
okay,
their
are they
sexuality.
gay or are they European?
You just cancel a lot of people.
I know, but I'm sorry. There's whole videos on that, right? People do test.
you're all of what, 31?
32, but thank you.
Okay.
27 officially.
Okay. You look like Bruno. But he said he was 19.
You know, I told her to dial down the contouring. She didn't listen. Your makeup lady was just crazy.
All right.
Okay. He seems a little light on his loafers. He's got like a pearl necklace. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, this guy seems gay to me.
Like
He
most
always
straight
has.
guys don't wear big old pearl necklaces.
And if a
That's
straight
not
guy wants to,
typical.
that's cool. I get it.
I'm fine. We know a straight guy that wears high heels. So
Oh, yeah. That's it.
we didn't think he was straight either, but he is.
So obviously he sounds a little gay.
He has that, what you would consider more of a stereotypical gay voice with inflections and what have you.
Sounds intelligent, though.
Yeah, I mean, we're not
He
going to watch the whole
articulates better
thing.
than I do. I'll give him that.
He articulates better than either of us do.
So that's one. We've gotten a positive from him. Now, do we agree with what he says? No.
Well, I haven't heard him say anything.
No, we're
right
not gonna watch all this.
there. Okay.
But
anyway.
you are the kind of guy you're just like.
I get sucked into things. I'm truly
Let's
gay.
keep this video like on topic. You truly suck. That sounds so mean. All right, we're done. Either way, what do you all think of this? Do you think it's possible for someone to go through gay conversion therapy and change, or do you think they just suppress being gay and stop doing the actions?
I have much more of a gay voice than you do.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple times I've heard myself. I'm like, Dylan, you sound a little gay. It's okay.
It's okay. I'm gay.
Well, I'm bi, so maybe I should be more in the middle.
Yeah. You don't. What
Maybe
is a
that's why.
bi voice?
What's a bi voice?
What's a bi voice?
Maybe it's a little like a hybrid.
And what's a transgender voice?
It depends on the hormones they're on.
And depends on which direction you're transitioning to, I guess.
Thank you for supporting this channel. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. We want our subscribers to go
Up.
Make sure to like this video because YouTube loves to censor just about everything we say, so it's okay.
Yeah, we've had the last 2 videos that have just go poof, disappeared.
I mean, I've literally seen before in my comments people saying, I'm going to report this. Please don't be like that. Let people have free speech. And that's why we need to let him have free speech because guess what? I want to be able to have free speech as well. And when you let someone talk, you can use your speech to discredit them.
Yep. Yeah, we're for free speech and we're not so for cancel culture.
It is our anniversary tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So that's a good thing. Why, Russ?
And Chris.
Love you long time.